I gotta do something here.
Hi, everyone. This is Suzanne Alexandria, and today we have a really amazing treat with you all, for you all to share about what is a tobacco ceremony like in Sedona, Arizona, because we're going to be featuring this special guest, Walking Crow, and this is Martha. I'll introduce them in a moment. But during the upcoming Sedona retreat, which you all have been hearing about, one of the many beautiful activities is going to be a tobacco ceremony that will help us integrate all the other work we're doing. It will help us just have a Sedona experience with this beloved man, Walking Crow. So Walking Crow and Martha are in the center of the retreat center called Soul Feather. This is also Martha's home. So hi, Martha Childress.
Hello, welcome to Sedona.
Welcome to Sedona. We wanted to give you a feel for that place. And it's her birthday today. And she's doing this on her birthday. So
64
birthday. And she was just saying how she twice last night in the restaurant and right away in her car, they were playing the song by the Beatles, When I'm 64. Like
yeah.
on the Lunar New Year.
Right.
On the Lunar New Year. So there's some seriously good juju going around.
You betcha. It was a beautiful sunny day here today.
Oh, for
yeah.
Sure. We're getting snow tonight.
Oh, maybe a little
snow. Yeah, so we got snow here in Denver too.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So our retreat is coming up February 23rd to 26th, and there's still time to get your plans, get flights. Flights are fairly reasonable. It's looking for those. It's getting filled up, but we do have spots. Those who are finding flights, they're reasonable. There's a shuttle from Phoenix to Sedona, right to within a mile
from here.
We're going to be. So it's a pretty easy trip if you are thinking about that. And all the information is on my website at SuzanneAlexandria.com, right on the top of the homepage.
Yeah.
So we wanted to feature part of it today. What will be a beautiful, like kind of, I'm just looking at it as such a help to the integration, but also the deepening of the experience of connection, because that's what this whole thing is about: connection within ourselves and connection with each other and connection with the divine and connection with the earth. So Walking Crow.
Yeah.
You just described me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Connection is great too, because how we connected here in Sedona, he was actually at a little art fair and with his drums. And so I just came up and started talking to him, and there was an instant connection too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Isn't that how it happens with
yeah. So he came over, we took a walk back to the petroglyphs, which he, because a lot of people don't know about them. There's no place to park and whatnot. So we can just get there just from our backyard, which is really, really special. And it's the ancient road that all the indigenous used to take to get into Sedona. Yeah. And so you can really feel it. Remember when you were with us, it's palpable.
Oh, it's right? Special.
Yeah.
That's the land that backs up to the backyard, y'all. Yeah. That land, there's no other people that you see the whole time in that place. It's very private and very sacred and very contemplative. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And so many people focus on the rocks, which is interesting here because, you look out our windows here and you see, Castle Rock, Bell Rock, courthouse.
Right there.
Yeah.
That's where you'll be eating breakfast, everyone, right there.
Exactly. But then you turn around and that's, it's more of an activation, when you look at the red rocks. But then when you turn and the other side of our yard, is the beautiful mesa, the, hundreds of miles of Forest Service land. And it's kind of like the exhale. And what's so cool here is, the way I think it's a perfect place for a retreat, because you've got all those energies and whatnot. And then as you integrate and you can exhale all of that out into the world. And so it's a really, really love. And interestingly too, it's like a V, it's like the womb. So it is part of a kind of a, we rebirth and put it out to the world. Yeah.
The chalice.
Yeah.
Which is what we brought in when Martha and I met through the John Burgos show on the equinox, and that the chalice is what Mary Magdalene brought us into.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Yeah, and the back of the petroglyphs is all these, V's too. And walking through, you're the one that told me that also meant volcano.
The volcano, because
there's a volcano behind our house.
It's at the base of is a volcano.
Yeah. 15 million year old volcano.
Yeah.
So, and there's a woolly mammoth on that petroglyph too. So it even predated the indigenous. Yeah. And then Walking Crow also came when we did one of the events for the Hopi too. He came and he was a part of that big fundraiser. And so we've gotten to know each other pretty well through that. And he has, definitely helped serve in that aspect.
Yeah.
And it was so fun that he was able to come over when you and Naomi were here. Yeah.
So let's talk about that. So Naomi and I got to meet you, Walking Crow, and we had a delicious lunch served by Martha. And then we experienced a little bit of what the tobacco ceremony is. And Naomi bought what you had created this drum that she just knew it was for her. So she purchased a handmade drum from you, and that could also be, featured or something that you talk about.
Yeah, she said before she came here, she knew this was where she was going to get her drum. Yeah. And then I bring Walking Crow over and go, well, he makes drums too. And she's just like, but that things like that happen here.
Yeah.
It's the Sedona effect. Yeah.
And you're making me a walking stick, and I'm totally excited.
And I have a rattle.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and what we'll be doing that Friday afternoon.
Well, my name is Walking Crow, and I am the transformational sacred drum medicine. On my business cards, it would say that transformational sacred drum medicine. And what I realized over the years of doing what I do, I have embodied that, and I am the transformational sacred drum medicine. It just wasn't a cool thing to say anymore. It was like, here I am.
Yeah.
And everything I do is about that. And for me, the transformational sacred drum medicine. And when you were here, the both of you here, we talked about intimacy. And intimacy for me is a big part of what I do, how I speak to, where I speak from. My medicine of the heart space is an intimate nature of my own, and it came from the intimate nature of the divine feminine. I honor that through the drum. I honor that through all my work. If I make a rattle, the rattles have 13 markings on the front and back. And the 13 markings for me are significant of the 13 moon cycles of the divine feminine, because that's where I came from, right? You talk about the V. I always said, before I was born, I heard the sound of Sacred Mother. I moved through the channel, the canal, right? I'm very visual about that. I can see that, me moving through. And then I was taken back to the heart, lungs, air, I love, love space, right? Heart, lungs, air. The drum, memory, mammary, and there I was fed again, mammary, from that heart space. So I honor the divine feminine in more than anything in what I do. Do I honor the man? Because most men don't have the understanding of what I'm talking about. We were seed, and that's it. We could go away and doesn't matter. Mother doesn't go away. Mother always is. I have been working the last 13 years on my relationship with my mother. I was married 3 times. Why? Because my relationship with her was broken. When I took the time to heal that, well, I no longer make dumb decisions based on other people's thinking. Right? I have to be married. I have to have the white picket fence, 2.5 kids, all that nonsense. I don't waste my time with it. And it wasn't my mother who healed our relationship. I didn't heal I healed my relationship with her, to her. And as a matter of fact, right now I'm writing a book called Transformation of a Walking Crow. And I'm writing exactly that this weekend. Of how that manifested, how that happened, because it was a painful childhood.
I think it's, what I really admire about, Walking Crow, especially in this space, is
Mm.
how connected he is and how honoring he is of the divine feminine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even with the four-leggeds, it was so cute because I had another, couple women who are just amazing healers here, or there's three of us, right?
Mhm.
And Walking Crow came over. We went up to the, we went up to the petroglyph with this very special space for ceremony, and nothing was planned, but suddenly everybody was channeling something for somebody else, and then suddenly, this what happens spontaneously here is amazing.
Yeah.
And then we just spontaneously went into the ceremony. Yeah. And I mean, you could feel it. You could absolutely feel his presence. It was, beyond anything I'd experienced before, in that, coming from the masculine. And it was really funny too, because when we went to hold hands, Sophie, our dog, our female golden retriever, Sophie, after Sophia, came between Walking Crow and I, got up on her hind legs and went like this with her paws. And so we held Sophie in the circle, and she just did the whole thing with us. It was hilarious. She was the four-legged.
She represents protection. She represents the foundation, the four-legged foundation, the master number of foundation of new beginnings, what we build on. So loyalty, right? Wolf medicine and dog medicine is loyalty. Wow.
And then I took a walk up there a couple days later, and I couldn't even get to the rock because it was surrounded by cows. I mean, because the Forest Service will let the ranchers use it. And then I'm like, well, this is interesting. You know what sacred cows are, and there's like 30 of them around. You couldn't even get close to the rock. And then a couple of days later, I went and they were gone, and the whole rock is surrounded by, by their poo.
What are cows
like
to
they
you?
marked it. There was.
But what are cows to you, Walking Crow? Like what do they symbolize?
Cow medicine is abundance. Cow medicine is the common unity within the community. They feed the community. The communities usually get fed from a deeper source, and that's the way I look at cow medicine. In fact, I have 2 drums on my wall that were birthed on 2/22/2022.
Oh wow!
And I'm surprised because of the medicine that they're still with me, and they're amazing pieces. But it's really about the abundance and the fullness of the giving within the nature of the community.
Yeah. Well, I just learned that cows are the symbol for Hathor. So in the context I work, the Hathor Star Nation is the lineage that all of this other work is coming from. And I am learning, I'm being integrated with Hathor medicine this week for this retreat. And Isis comes from there, and Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary and Jesus. And so that's become really symbolic all of a sudden this week. So there's a lot of synchronicities lining up for all of us. I want to just point to that. If you're feeling drawn to this with what you hear, go into the deeper, go into your heart and ask, what would this experience bring me? Because why am I interested in it? And let your soul speak to you about that.
I'm Tarahumara on my mother's side, Tarahumara and Purepecha. The Tarahumara say, we are 5-pointed stars and we've come to earth, and one day we will return. Now, saying that, you mentioned the heart, right? Be in your heart. There's a song that I sing, and you'll hear it the day we do ceremony. Ayona way, Ayona way. It's one word. Ayona way, Ayona way. And in English, the translation is be in your heart. Be in your over and over again. Be in your heart. Be in your heart. It's a constant reminder, and we sing it after we make the offering of tobacco, which leading up to that is beautiful because we're sitting in the sacred circle. Nobody knows what to expect, but now they will.
But let's leave some of it a mystery. We're gonna not tell all.
And then, Sedona, anything that happens in Sedona, don't expect, because you're going to get the unexpected. always going to be just spot on. Another thing I wanted to say, because if you feel a connection to Uluru, and the grandmothers, that's palpable, for that's where I feel my connection. The first time I sat on that rock, I felt like, wow, I felt the grandmothers, I felt Uluru, I felt, the real ancient divine feminine there.
Yeah.
So you're walking down that ancient road too. And interestingly enough, I guess it was like over the holidays a couple of years ago. It was the big Saturn thing too. Yeah. Where there was with the moon, this big event. And for some reason, that night, because they said, what part of the sky it was going to be in, I go, I just had a sense that it was going to be right above, right in the center of the V, which is funny. Why would I even think that could be, And that night I went out and there it was, in the middle of the
Saturn,
V junction, right over where that rock is. And I had just listened to something the day before too, that talked about the importance of the grandmothers in Uluru during that conjunction.
Yeah.
So it's
going to be
you can't make this stuff up.
It's going to be a deep connecting time with your own guides and with
and it'll be different for everyone, but it'll be, whatever they're supposed to get out of it. They'll find their own connection, and it, it's all
so Walking Crow, do you want to share anything else specific about the ceremony before we wrap up?
Deep connection. Deep tissue, deep connection. My work is an emotional body. So when I look at your body, I'm not just looking at your body, but I'm looking, I'm looking at your wounds. I'm looking at your trauma. I'm looking at all those things, and I'll start asking you questions, and I'll start pulling the thread. It's because of that I do this ceremony. And this ceremony, we're in the middle of winter. We'll be in the middle of winter. It's a time of rest. It's a direction of the north, direction of the ancestors. It's where we go when we cross over. It's a direction of rest, wisdom. It's direction of the moose. Be still and know that Creator is. You see a moose and you're not sure you're seeing a moose because he's so still. But it's also a time of hibernation and preparation for springtime. And the planting and the seeds, new beginnings. Do you really? I ask people, do you really want new beginnings? Or are you just paying yourself lip service and others just so you can be a part of a group? No, I'm pardon the expression, I'm serious as a heart attack, because I believe when you come to sit in ceremony with me, you're going to have heart attack, right? In a good way. We take the tobacco in our left hand. We receive it. Left hand is divine feminine receiving. Right hand is divine masculine giving, and we put it into the left hand, to the right hand. We close the right hand. We take the left hand, place it over our heart, take the right hand, left hand over heart, right hand over left hand over heart, creating the circular completion of expression of love for the self, for the heart. And as I sing in ceremony, I'm going to ask everybody, anything that ever happened to you, good, bad, or indifferent, that you need to allow to release, to make room for springtime, because springtime's coming, for the abundance to come in. And springtime's really the planting of the seeds, because our abundance comes in fall, autumn, bringing in the harvest. So really, you're rested, you're prepared for the springtime, perfect timing. I'm going to sing a song, and I'm going to ask you to allow your intentions to flow through into the tobacco from your heart to the left hand receiving. It's going to move downward around your arm, around through your fifth chakra, down through your right arm, and return back to the left hand. The energy from Mother Earth rises through your feet up the superhighway of the spine, the chakra system. The universal chi comes down to the top of the head, and we all meet in chakra number 4, the heart, lungs, air. I love, I'm love. It's the bridge between the lower and the upper, the heart. So we do this ceremony, we sing the song, and then I quietly start to drum, and I ask the ladies or whoever's in the ceremony, when you're ready, and only when you're ready to get up and offer that tobacco and those intentions to the fire, please do so, sprinkling them with the right hand. Now, when the smoke rises, just like when I smoke pipe to open the portal, the smoke rises is smoke rising is symbolic of prayers rising. So that is all important, because it's not just doing something and that's it. No, there's all this visual, there's all this ceremony attached. The songs that I sing are specifically chosen for you, not for me. I've already done my thing. But saying that, I've done my thing, I've done my healing, I've done all that work, but I'm writing this book, and what's happening is I'm revisiting 5 years old, 10 years old, 20 years old, and I'm having another dark night of the soul, because I never had that emotion when it was supposed to be had. And I'm going to have it now. So the same thing happens when we make that kind of offering, true offering to the fire, and stop paying yourself lip service. Saying yes to yourself. I'm going to say this again, saying yes to yourself after a lifetime of no's.
Yeah, and that's such a theme for this retreat, because what I'm being brought by my guidance, the divine feminine ascended masters, it like I'm using the term 0 point, and the clearings that I'm doing and bringing in and moving through are like, consider, beloved, they're saying, do you want this to be a 0 point? Do you want this to be your new beginning? Because you could spend all the rest of your life going back and back and picking, but do you want to do that? Or do you want to live in your heart, in joy, in peace, and be the birther of your new reality? And so that's why we're integrating this ceremony we're having this experience for the women coming, because it's one more aspect. It's what the whole thing is about, is bringing in your new light codes, activated by Sophia and the divine feminine tribe and all of us and Mother Earth. And then it's a commitment ceremony too. Commitment. Are you going to marry yourself? Are you going to be so committed to yourself?
Be your
and
most
to the
important
divine
lover.
So I think we should end on this note, because let's save some of the secret magic, and you come to Sedona. We'll be there. This ceremony will be on February 24th. Reach out by messaging if you have questions to me about logistics, but look, your heart knows if you're going to come, and you'll know. So Walking Crow, will you bring a few of your drums if people want to learn? Is that an appropriate thing? Or they could do that like Sunday afternoon maybe, or
you can do that Sunday afternoon, or I live less than 2 minutes from here, and my space is set up for a group, and the room is full of drums. I hand make drums and rattles and blankets, and people can come there however we work that out.
If you are interested in a drum, if that calls you to start learning or augmenting, then that'll be available. We can talk about that. Because there's perfect.
So one last thing about today, the day of the rabbit, year of the rabbit.
Yes.
This kind of work denotes going into the rabbit hole. Going into the rabbit hole, into darkness, into the dank space, dirty, you can't breathe, and I'm tight, and I'm afraid, and I can't do this. But when I drop my shoulders and allow myself space in the rabbit hole, because right now I'm constricted in there, and I'm able to breathe, I'm able to be still, and I'm able to shine my light in the darkness.
Yes.
Oh.
And that's where the gemstones are, right? That's where the gold is.
Beautiful.
It's all so harmonious. This bringing of heaven to earth. this whole weekend is about being heaven on earth. It's about the knowing that you're the bridge of that, of your own soul. You're the bridge of the light, anchoring it. My activations are going to be helping you anchor literally your chakra system with Mother Gaia's energy in the earth.
Yeah. Because
you're here to shine. And we have to have such a foundation that's grounded in order to shine. So it's the complement. Like you're going to walk away being a brighter lighthouse is what I'm saying about this retreat. If that's what you want to do. So
and creating a lighthouse for the rest of the world.
Yeah.
You know.
But I'll say to your audience again, say yes to yourself. Stop telling yourself no, because there's no forward movement in no.
Yeah. And this,
dragging around the past. Say yes.
Or looking back so much. Yeah. It's a work now. Look back a little bit, but be thankful. Take what you gleaned and mine it for all you can, and and use that gold, that gem, that, that's how alchemy. So, all right, you guys, I love you.
The world, and that's
to give.
Yeah.
I love you both. Thank you.
If
anyone has questions, send questions, and I'll be seeing you all in 1 month. And I'll be there in advance on 1 month. And happy birthday, dear Martha. Enjoy 64.
We're gonna
help celebrate. All right. Love you guys. See you later.
We're gonna go for a walk with Sophie now.
Yes. Oh, awesome.
Have a wonderful day.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.